I rise today in the defense of America's Second Amendment freedoms. The Biden administration is moving forward with yet another gun-grabbing tactic in order to register and ban millions of firearms, moving one step closer to the left's ultimate goal of disarming our nation and dismantling our Second Amendment freedoms. Earlier this month, the ATF finalized an unconstitutional rule pertaining to firearms with stabilizing braces. Under the ATF's new rule, any pistol-braced firearm would be considered an illegal short-barreled rifle, making these guns subject to the draconian regulations under the National Firearms Act of 1934. Let me be clear, unelected anti-gun bureaucrats at the ATF do not have the authority to make laws. That authority rests right here in Congress. And Congress cannot continue turning a blind eye to the Biden administration's weaponization of the National Firearms Act and ongoing assault on Americans' Second Amendment freedoms. The time to act is now, and I am proud to lead this fight. Next week, I will reintroduce the Stop Harassing Owners of Rifles Today Act, or the SHORT Act, to repeal elements of the National Firearms Act, thereby prohibiting the ATF from registering and banning pistols with stabilizing braces. Additionally, as soon as the ATF's unlawful rule is published to the Federal Register, I will introduce a resolution of disapproval under the Congressional Review Act to override the Biden administration's unlawful overreach. I have always done my utmost in the defense of our constitutional right to keep and bear arms. It is now time, now that the House is under the Republican majority, to go on offense. Madam Speaker, I want gun owners to hear me loud and clear. We're fighting for you and your Second Amendment freedoms, and we will never give up.
Connecticut gun rights group files an injunction against the arm brace rule and the assault weapons ban. Welcome to another installment of Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC, P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And as always, if you like my content and want to support my content, I do have a Patreon link and anything is appreciated. But let's talk about this. This was filed February 3rd, filed by the Connecticut Citizens Defense League. And it's an amendment to the Grant versus Malloy lawsuit, which, if you know, I did a video on that way back, challenging the assault weapons ban here in Connecticut. But what they are doing here is they are filing an emergency motion for a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction, specifically when it comes to what in Connecticut we call others. But I'm going to pull that up, and here's the filing here. And the usual suspects are named as the defendants. But I'm going to come down to here. Pursuant to Federal R. Civil P65 and D Connecticut Local Rule 7, the plaintiffs hereby respectfully move the court to issue an emergency temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction against the defendants. They request the following relief: a temporary restraining order barring the defendants from enforcing Connecticut General Statute 53-202A, 53-202B, and 53-202C until the court can determine the merits of their application for a preliminary injunction. In the alternative, the plaintiffs also asked the court to issue a temporary restraining order enjoining the defendants from treating firearms that have been considered legal others under Connecticut law as assault weapons until the court can determine the merits of their application for preliminary injunction. A preliminary injunction barring the defendants from enforcing Connecticut General Statute 53-202A, 202B, and 202C until such time as the court makes a final determination on the merits in this matter. Finally, the plaintiffs hereby notify the courts and the defendants that they are seeking ex parte and immediate relief. So there it is. So basically it's to stop the state from banning or treating, more specifically, treating others as assault weapons. Whereas, you know, the state approved these things and then turned around and said, oh, we're just going to basically ban them en masse. Which of course is going to have some effect on, it should have some effect on this arm brace rule that the ATF has now released, because under the arm brace rule, These others would be considered short barrel rifles, which to the state of Connecticut are now assault weapons. So this all goes hand in hand. So CCDL stepped up. We got to give them some backing. They always need donations. So instead of buying coffee that day, give them the $5, because we need to support them, because they are leading the charge against this governor who seems hell-bent on ending private gun ownership. And we need to step up and prevent that. I'm definitely going to throw them some dollars, so because they are literally the line between our rights and this governor. So we need to go ahead and get them up and on board. I'm going to leave this entire thing here. It's on the CCDL. It's on their website. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the whole thing there. You can read that if you choose to do so. But definitely some interesting reading. But just want to get that information out there. Once again, it's just another step in this arm brace rule and what the state of Connecticut is proposing for their 2023 gun control legislation. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.